Hello everyone, I hope you're all fine. I am Shaib Mraviji. I'm the founder and CEO at Mraviji Consulting Services. Here at MCS, we have started a program where we are going to teach all the SEC books, starting from the first one up to the last one. So for this session, we will start with the Business and Technology Chapter 1, the business organization, the stakeholder, and external environment. In this chapter, we will learn the following objectives and we'll answer the following questions. The first one, what is a business organization? The definition of it. Number 2, why do we need them? What's the necessity for their existence? And number 3, what are different types of organizations that we have right now in the current market? So the first one, what is a business organization? According to the SEC study resources, we have found the following definition. An organization is a group of people with a common purpose. The purpose is defined by the entity for which they work. So it means that you call a place an organization where you have a group of people who are usually experts and professionals in their field, like human resources, marketing, sales, accounting, finance. They come together and they work for a common purpose. That common purpose is usually a target which is given to them by the senior managers or by the CEO or by the boss or by the board of directors. They work every day, every month, every year to achieve that goal and target. We also have another definition. It's according to the Buchanan and Hizinski. Organizations are social arrangements for the controlled performance of collective goals. So in this definition, as you can see, there are 3 words or phrases which are important to remember. Social arrangement, controlled performance, and collective goals. So these 3 characteristics to remember, what do we mean by them? When we say collective goals, we mean the goal of all the employees of an organization. For example, take in a school. A school is a place where you send your children or where you go to learn something. So the main goal of a school is to educate the students. That's the collective goal of every person working in that school. What is the social arrangement for it? Or what is the structure for it? In this structure, there are headmaster, there are teachers, there's principal, there are different departments who are working together to achieve that goal of educating the students. And what do we mean by controlled performance? Controlled performance means that there are systems and procedures. So why do we have systems and procedures in an organization? Because when you have them, you are ensured that the people are working to achieve that goal. So for example, in the school you have the grading system. You have the grading system where you're making sure that the teachers are teaching the students properly and the students are learning. So 3 characteristics to remember in the Buchanan and Hizinski definition: collective goals, social arrangements, and controlled performance. Let's take another example of it. For example, Real Madrid Football Club, the most famous club in the world. What is the collective goal of all the people who are working in the organization or in the club? It is to score more goals and win the game. Not just the players, but the coach, but the president, even the bus driver. He wants to see the team score more goals and win the game and take all the 3 points to themselves. What is the social arrangement or structure for it? So we have players, we have 11 players who are working on the field or who are playing on the field, and we have other players who are training every day so that they could come together and play the game. That's the structure of it. And what's the control performance? What is the system and procedure for it? The coach has different formations or uses different formations to ensure that the players are playing correctly and that the goal is achieved. So, why do we need organization? Organizations enable people to do 3 things. The first one is to share skills and knowledge, specialize, and pool resources. So, what do we mean by this? When we say share skills and knowledge, it means that in an organization you have different types of people from different professions and knowledge. When they come together, they work on a project, they share knowledge with each other. You cannot be good at everything. You cannot do the marketing, you cannot do the HR, you cannot do the finance all at once. So you have to give or divide these roles to other people. So that's why people are working in an organization, they share these skills and knowledge with each other and they learn from each other. Specialize. So when we have this specialization part, individuals or people can work on one activity. Okay? When people are working on one activity rather than 4 or 5 activities, they can concentrate more and they can be better at their job. And the last one, pool resources. So when you say pool resources, it means that you're going to use your time and money or other resources to do the work and to move on everything in the organization or run everything in the organization. We have different types of organizations, and the most famous ones are the profit-seeking organizations or the non-profit-seeking organizations. We have private and public sectors, we have cooperative organizations, and we have the NGOs, which we're going to discuss all of them in details. Now, the type of the organization that we are going to start with is the profit-seeking one, usually known as a commercial organization. It has one main objective, to maximize the wealth of the owner. For example, Bill Gates, let's say Bill Gates. So we have Bill Gates has the following companies under his name. He has the Microsoft, he has the Xbox, and he has so many other things. So all of these organizations are working so that they can maximize the wealth of Bill Gates. Okay. Now, under the roof of profit-seeking organizations, there are some other sections like the sole traders, we have the partnerships, or we have the limited liabilities companies, who are all considered the profit-seeking organizations. Then we have the NFP, or non-for-profit organizations. The main objective of it is to satisfy the particular needs of their members, or the sectors of society that they have been set up to benefit. Let's start with the first part of the sentence. Satisfy the particular needs of their members. For example, take the Red Cross, ICRC. We also have it in Afghanistan. We also have it in other countries. So the ICRC, usually wealthy people or the people who love to work as humanitarian activities, they all give money or they all help the ICRC so that they could help other vulnerable people. Now, they want to give the money to organizations where they make sure that these organizations will do the good things. And if they're not sure of it, they will just take their money and they will not help anymore. So you see, satisfy the particular needs of their members. These members who are considered the wealthy people or other people who love to do humanitarian activities, they want to see these organizations grow and do other good things. If they're not satisfied with this one, they will just pull out their helps, they will just pull out their money out of the organization, and they will finish their relationship. Or the sectors of society that they have been set up to benefit. So this one usually belongs to the governments. For example, we have the schools in Afghanistan, we have the hospitals. These are set up by the government so that the problem of common people are solved. And if it's not solved, then the government will close that office, or they will try to refresh the system again, and they will work out a way to do this. So these are considered the non-profit organizations, the government agencies, the charities like Red Cross or MSF, Doctors Without Borders, or the schools and hospitals and clubs. Then we have on this part. So we have the public organization also. It's usually concerned with providing basic government services and is controlled by government organizations. So like the police, the electric, the public transport, primary education, healthcare for the poor. All belong to the government, and the government is responsible for providing it to the people, and they're controlled by the government organizations. Usually, they have the organization structure, like they have the president for it, they have the spokesperson for it, and they have all different employees. Then we have the private sector. So the private sector, as you know, it's not related to the government. They're run by people. Consist of organizations that are run by private individuals or groups rather than the government. For example, the businesses we have, like the Al Qusay Group, the Habib Gulzar Group, and we have so many other businesses in Afghanistan, which are considered a private sector. Or a small shop around the corner of your street. It's also considered a private sector organization. We have NGO. I'm sure that you have heard of the name of the NGO. And NGO, we have a lot of NGOs in Afghanistan. It means that non-government organizations. The primary goal is not profit, and it's not directly linked to the national government. So they do not want to take profit out of their work, and also they're not directly linked to the government. But NGOs often promote political, social, and environmental change within the countries they operate. What does this mean? Even if these organizations are not related to the government directly, they're supposed to follow the government rules. Again, for example, look at the Red Cross, ICRC in Afghanistan. They're not working for the government. They're not trying to help the government. But also, they are trying to help the people of that government, the people of that country. So that is why we say that they are not directly linked, but somehow they help the political, social, or environmental change within the countries they operate. If you look at the ICRC in Palestine, if you look at the ICRC in other countries where we have war, they are working according to the rules of that country. But their main goal is to help people, so that will not be changed. But they will also follow the rules of that specific country. Then we have the cooperative type of the organization. This organization is owned and democratically controlled by their members. Okay, so people who buy their goods and services are the people who are controlling this type of organization. These type of organizations are made only to meet the needs of the members. If there isn't any benefit or need of the member, these members will not buy the goods or services. And now, each member has equal voting rights, and it doesn't matter whether they have one piece of share or they have 100 pieces of share. It doesn't matter. That they just will have the same right as other people in that organizations. We do not have these type of organizations a lot in Afghanistan, and they do not operate a lot in Afghanistan, but we have it in other countries, like the examples that we have, like the Rabobank Group in Netherlands, or the National Mutual Insurance in USA, or the Cooperative Group in the United Kingdom. Now, where are the sectors in which organizations operate? We have different sections. I have just listed 5 or 6 of them, but there are a lot of sections that the organizations operate. Like the agriculture, organizations want to operate in the production, processing, or packaging of the food. The mining, the organizations would love to do the extraction and processing of the minerals. In the finance section especially, organizations love to work with the banks and other companies that profit from investment and lending. In the retailer section, organizations do the sales of goods which are produced by the manufacturer, and they will take it to the consumers. In the services part, organizations would love to do the production of intangible goods and services, and the transportation movement of goods between locations like the countries. Organizations like to do, for example, the private sector one. We have the Kamir or Ariana, who's doing it right now in Afghanistan. Now, if you look at all the parts that we have studied in this chapter, we have the organizations, the nature of the organization, the types, and the differences. But in the nature of the organizations, we reviewed the definition of it. We also remember three important characteristics from the Buchanan and the Brzezinski definition, like the social arrangement, the collective goals and control performance. We said that social arrangement means the structure of it, collective goals means the target, and the control performance means the procedures and systems which are in that organizations. For the different types of it, we looked at the profit seeking versus non-profit seeking. We said that profit seeking organizations want to take the profit and maximize the wealth. Non-profit, they do not want the profit, they want to meet the needs of the members and satisfy it. The private and public sector, we said that private is controlled by the individuals or group, and the public sector is controlled by the government and the police, the military. We looked at the cooperative. We said that the members are usually the people who buy and sell the goods and services, and everyone has the same equal right of voting in this type of organization. We looked at NGOs, non-governmental organizations. We said that they're not directly linked to the government, but they're working under the rule of the government in that country. And for the differences, we looked at the ownership, looked at the objective, activities, funding, size, and liability of these organizations. Thank you, everyone.